Hey guys, in today's video we're talking all about Louis Vuitton. So I often get asked the question, if I were to restart my handbag collection, what piece from Louis Vuitton would I choose as my first designer handbag? And I find this question so difficult because I believe that there are just so many beautiful pieces from Louis Vuitton. It would be so hard to choose just one. So in today's video, what I've done is I've rounded up a list of 8 Louis Vuitton handbags that I think are perfect for starting your handbag collection. Before we begin, I just want to say that when I put together this list, I did consider a few things. The first thing is price. So all of the pieces that I'm listing here are all canvas pieces, and that's because canvas is a lot cheaper as compared to they're all leather pieces, and the price jump is just really big from canvas to leather. And I don't think that it would be prudent, I guess, to start with a leather handbag as a first bag in the collection, simply because leather pieces from Louis Vuitton are very expensive, and they're also very difficult to sell at a good price on the secondary market, especially if you didn't like the handbag and then you choose to resell it. So I haven't included any of their leather pieces. The other thing that I have done is I've listed this in order of the least expensive to the most expensive handbag. So even at the most expensive level, they're not like exorbitantly priced, and I think that these are all very affordable pieces. The second thing that I did consider is lifestyle. So all of these pieces that I will be mentioning actually come in different sizes. You can get them either in the petite model, PM size, the medium model, MM size, or GM model, grand size. Not all of them, but I think most of them, they do have different sizes. So you just customize it, I guess, according to what you think would be best suited for your lifestyle. Like for me, I tend to use smaller bags, so I usually go for everything in the PM size, but for some of these, like the first one on my list, which is the favorite, I actually prefer the MM size because the PM size is just way too small for me. But anyways, for most of the bags on my list, they do come in different sizes, so you can choose which bag, which size would be best for your current situation. Okay, so that being said, let's begin with bag number 1, which is the Louis Vuitton favorite. And I absolutely love this handbag. I actually got this handbag as a gift for my sister as her first designer piece, and she really loves it as well. So what I've gotten feedback from her, and she's really used it to death. Like when she got it, she used it every single day for every single occasion, and that's the really great thing about this handbag. It is just so versatile. So because it comes with 2 straps, it has a shorter strap which is in the gold metal. That strap is really perfect if you need a handbag for date night or more special occasions where you don't want to be wearing a crossbody bag. It also does come with a long crossbody strap. Actually, it's not very long. It's okay for my height. I'm 5'4", and it fits perfectly. It hits me exactly at the hip bone, but if you are a bit taller, it may be a little bit short. And that's also the thing about the Louis Vuitton favorite, is it's not adjustable. So what my sister actually did is we went out and we went back to Louis Vuitton and bought another piece like this. So this is just a separate piece. It is a monogram strap that you can buy separate without buying a handbag, and this one is really nice because it is adjustable in length, and then it just has like the Louis Vuitton print as well. And she prefers using this one with her favorite simply because this is a little bit thicker, and then she can also adjust the length of the strap. So for what the favorite can contain, it contains basically all your daily essentials, and then on top of that, because the bag is very pliable in terms of its shape, unfortunately I don't have it with me, but basically it will expand as you put more stuff on the inside. So you can throw in, for instance, a sweater, like a very light sweater on the top part of the handbag, and since that the flap is you can adjust it going upwards a little bit, you can really stuff the bag full. So that's the really great thing about the favorite, is that it can be sort of customized to your needs, although I wouldn't suggest expanding it or putting in so much stuff into it all the time, because of course that is going to loosen the canvas a little bit. The last thing that I want to address though about the favorite is whether it'll be discontinued or not. So I don't know, I've heard so many different rumors and different ideas about whether this bag is still going to be part of the Louis Vuitton line. And what my SA actually told me is that they will still keep producing the handbag, but in smaller quantities. And that's because Louis Vuitton is really trying to move more into doing leather handbags rather than focusing on their canvas line to make them more of that luxury brand. So that is the news that I've gotten about this handbag. But if you are able to come across one, the PM size, the MM size, both of them are really, really good and extremely hard to find. So I suggest snapping it up right away if you are able to find one in stores. The second bag on my list is the Louis Vuitton Felicie. I'm not so sure if I'm pronouncing that right. It's either Felicie. Anyways, this is a very beautiful handbag, and it's a little bit more structured than the Louis Vuitton favorite. It's slightly more expensive, but I think it's basically the same price point. And the reason why I love this handbag is because it can be multi-purpose. So what I did with mine is I actually took out the two inserts, and I'm not showing it in this video because for some reason I can't find where I placed my handbag, which is really weird. I'm not so sure if maybe one of my cousins borrowed it or something, but anyways, it's missing right now. But anyways, this handbag, I really love it because you can pull out the inserts and you can use it as a separate wallet and card holder. So that's what I've been doing with this. I use the inserts separately. I put my bills in there, and then it fits, I think, 6 cards, and it is really, really versatile. And then the bag itself is a bit more structured, and because it comes with the gold chain, it looks very elegant. And I use this for more special occasions. Because even though it's a crossbody bag, it looks extremely good and it matches all of my outfits for more special events. So that one, it can fit in my 2 cell phones, it can fit in a lipstick, and I can sort of like push in my house keys, but usually I'll just put in like a pack of tissue or a compact and a mirror to like check out my makeup or whatever. But yeah, like I said, I use it more for special occasions than I do as an everyday handbag. So that bag is really, really great if you want a bag that you can use both as a wallet and also as a handbag. So it's like getting 2 Louis Vuittons in one. The next bag that I have on my list is the Louis Vuitton Alma. And this specifically, I prefer the BB size. It's just because the BB size is so cute, and because it does come with the strap that you can make it into a crossbody handbag. And because of its shape, it's a dome shape, and because it has 2 zippers, it can really open up wide and you can maximize the space on the inside. So there are a lot of videos on this handbag and everybody says the same thing. It is a really, really great handbag. I really love the way that it looks, and I love the way that you can take off the crossbody strap and just use it as a hand carry. If you want something a little bit bigger, the PM size is also really great for work, but it doesn't come with the crossbody strap, so you will have to buy an extra crossbody strap if you did want to use it that way. And it also does come, I think, in the GM size, but the GM that I saw was in the Vernis leather, and I just found that it was way too big. Some people like it. I think it can probably fit in like a MacBook Air. So that if you are looking for a bag that can contain your laptop but still feel very structured and very nice for work, this is a good choice for something like that. Coming in at number 4 is the Louis Vuitton Speedy Bandouliere. So this is a very classic looking handbag, and I think it is a very, very classic piece, but they did update it a little bit to add in the extra strap, which just makes it a little bit more useful in modern times. So I really love the look of this handbag, and it's just like having a piece of history in your hands. I love the damier bean print for this bag because it does make it very, very practical. And then for this price point, you can't get other bags that can fit as much as you can in this handbag. I do have a full review on it, so I will link it up there. And I just really think this is such a great piece. I also think that it is a good investment, because if you buy something like this and then you just hold on to it, or once you get tired of it, you can easily resell it in the secondary market, and you can get a good chunk, if not even more, of your money back, simply because this does really go up quite a bit in price. And I think it's gone through like 5 or 6 price increases already. So yeah, this is a very good investment to make. The next bag is another classic piece from Louis Vuitton, and it is the Noe. So this bag was actually commissioned by a French winemaker. He wanted a bag that can carry 5 bottles of wine, and Louis Vuitton came up with the Noe, which has this very beautiful bucket bag silhouette. And I think that this is such a gorgeous handbag. I would prefer it actually in the petite size, but if you are somebody who wants to carry around a lot of stuff with you, then the regular size is really nice, or it does come, I think, in a larger size as well. And then they do have a newer version, which is called the Neo Noe, and the difference between that one is that the Neo Noe is a little bit more structured, in that it has like a zippered pocket right down the middle, and then the strap is a little bit thinner, and it can also be adjusted to be a crossbody length. So that is another really popular handbag, and I know it looks really a little bit more sophisticated as well, so that is a very popular choice right now. Bag number 6 is a bag that actually flies under the radar. I don't hear a lot of people talking about it, but I do think that it is a beautiful handbag, and it is the Louis Vuitton Croisette. So this is a bag for top handle lovers. It does have a beautiful top handle, and then it has a tassel, which makes it just look very elegant. It is a little bit of a smaller handbag, so it can't contain quite as much as, like, let's say the Speedy Bandouliere 30, but it can contain more than the Louis Vuitton favorite. The only thing I would say that I didn't like about this handbag when I did have it is that the strap is not adjustable. So I didn't like the fact that it was a little bit long on me, and since I couldn't make it shorter, I just didn't like where it sat on my it is like below my hip bone, and it wasn't very comfortable for me to be wearing the bag like that. But in terms of the way it looks, I think it is so beautiful, especially if you get it in the damier azur print. I really love that it has like the rose ballerine interior. It's just so gorgeous, and it's such a beautiful bag for summer. So definitely a bag to consider, especially if you like your top handles. So the next bag on my list, and I think we are on number 7, this is the Pochette Metis. So this is really a hit or miss handbag. I really love the way that it looks, but I know that a lot of people have issues with this handbag, especially if you have like the 2015 model and below. There were a lot of glazing issues which Louis Vuitton addressed, and you can go back to the store and then just have it replaced, or change it for store credit or something like that. But mine, I've not had any issues with it, and I think it is such a beautiful handbag in terms of the way that it looks. It is something that is casual, but I can also bring it to work as well. And then I like the fact that everything is compartmentalized in here, so I don't have to use it with a bag organizer anymore. It has 3 compartments on the inside, and then it has a nice middle compartment that's very large, and it's just deep enough that I can put everything standing upwards, so that it's very easy to reach for, and I can see all of the contents in at a glance. This one is the monogram version. If you can get the reverse monogram, that's even harder to find than this one. I think both of them are really beautiful. And then they also do come in leather versions as well. And then this is the strap, which is adjustable. So any of these Pochette Metis, all of them are really, really gorgeous, and I think they're great investment pieces as well. The last bag on this list is something that is actually on my wish list, and I haven't been able to find it just yet, but I'm hoping that maybe towards the end of this year, or when this whole situation blows over and I'm back into the groove of things, that I will be able to find this handbag. And it is the Louis Vuitton OnTheGo Tote, but in the MM size. So I've had the GM size, but I found that it was way too big for my body frame, and you could literally put in your whole household, which is not the way that I like to use my handbag. So it was just too heavy for me. So I ended up getting rid of that handbag. But now that it came out in the MM size, I was like, that's absolutely perfect. It can fit my laptop on the inside. It has a little bit of structure, which I really like. It's boxy. I don't think that that design is going to go anywhere. I think it's going to remain as a classic, and I am really crushing on that really big monogram print. I know some people find it tacky, but I think it is absolutely beautiful. So I'm really hoping that I can find that bag sometime soon this year. And yeah, I would really want to add that one to my collection. I do think also that it is going to become a classic simply because it does have a very practical silhouette and you can really use it on a daily basis. So that bag is the most expensive on my list, and I think because Louis Vuitton does put a premium on something that is in like the giant monogram collection as compared to their regular monogram. But I do think that the OnTheGo Tote is something that is going to become a sort of cult classic. And yeah, I think that it is a beautiful handbag and it can be used in multiple situations, especially since it does have both a top handle and then a longer handle that you can use it as a tote bag. And I think that it is really the perfect size for bringing to work. So that is my list of my top 8 Louis Vuitton handbags. If you notice in my list, I did not include the Neverfull. And there's a few reasons why I didn't include the Neverfull. It is a bag that is talked about quite often, but I personally do not like the Neverfull. And I think simply because the Neverfull is a bag that I feel that once you buy it and you use it a few times, it really starts to show the wear and tear. So on the Neverfull, it has very thin handles, and then once it connects to the canvas portion right here, you will start to see that it has like lines. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like the stress of the bag, and you will see it right away even if you've only used it like 2 or 3 times. And I really don't like the way that it looks, especially the piping around the edge as well. I find that over time it just really doesn't look so great. And yes, I know you can go back to Louis Vuitton and have it replaced, but then you have to spend more money on it, and yeah, it just doesn't look good. I don't think it holds up well over time. So that's a bag that I really did not want to include on this list simply because I don't think that it is such a great tote bag. If you are looking for something that's a tote bag, I would choose something from another brand. For instance, Forêt Lepage, I've had their Daily Battle tote both in the PM and in the MM size. I really absolutely love those bags, and I was using like the PM bag every single day for a very long time. And I like the way that Forêt Lepage is a little bit thicker in terms of their canvas, and it is just, it's really aptly named as the Daily Battle tote. So anyways, this video is not about Forêt, so I won't include it too much. The other bag that I would choose is maybe a Goyard. And Goyard and Forêt sort of have the same sort of look, which is the busy pattern. But I also do like the Goyard in the Artois with the zipper on top. That is also a really great tote bag. So if you are looking for a tote bag, I would suggest to go for one of those brands, or maybe something a little bit cheaper rather than going for the Louis Vuitton Neverfull. So anyways, that is my list of my top 8 Louis Vuitton canvas handbags that I would choose for starting a new designer handbag collection. Let me know in the comments down below which one is your favorite out of the list, or maybe you have other suggestions of what you would choose as a first designer handbag. Anyways, as always, please do take the time to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If you didn't, let me know how I can improve in the comments down below. Also, if you aren't already, please consider subscribing to my channel as I do weekly luxury videos. So everybody, I hope you have a great week ahead, and I will see all of you in the next video. Bye-bye!